Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. Let's go to church. This is a beginner guitar lesson on Amazing Grace in G. It's been my experience that's what the hymnals are written in. G was always hard for me to sing this song in as a kid before my voice changed. So at the very end of this lesson, I'm going to show you how to play it in C. A little lower, just in case you're not Pavarotti, right? And I'm also going to show you this really cool hack on a G7. It's really easy to play one finger, and Amazing Grace is just... it's written for that, okay? So I'm going to show you from your point of view. Okay, guys, this is Amazing Grace from your point of view. The chords in this song are going to be G, and there's a couple ways to play a G, but I'm going to do an easy one that I teach in the beginner course. And then there's a really cool thing that happens. It's a G7. Now, a G7, you have to change your fingering up on a G, so there's a cool hack. Put your first finger on the first string, first fret, and you can strum from the fourth down. You're just bypassing the main bass notes. So G, G7 to C major. Okay, and C is from the fifth string down. Fourth string down with the G7. And then all the strings with the G. And then D. You can strum from the fifth down if you want. And make it fuller, or the fourth. Okay? And then E minor, and I'm gonna do the fingering like I show in my course. And that's all the strings as well, okay? So let me run through it, and we'll talk about the words that coincide with the chord changes, okay? So it starts out in G. Amazing grace. You can do that G7 on Grace. Grace, how sweet to see the sound. Back to G. That saved a wretch like me. D. I once, okay? So right on once. Stay on that D. I once was lost. G7 on the lost. But now I'm found. Okay? Was blind, E minor. But now D, I see. Okay? So amazing grace, how sweet the sound that save a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. Then if you want to C to G at the end, but now I see. It's just a nice little dressing there. This song is so hard for me to sing. I either sing it too low or too high. Okay, but I'm just trying to do enough so you know what I'm doing here. What I think we should do is do a metronome at 75 beats per minute. And we can just kind of strum with the beats, okay? And this is, what's this, Metronome Beats is the name of this app. Free, iPhone and Android. Okay, so 75 beats per minute. Let's just see how this goes, okay? Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. Okay, that might be a little fast. Let's try 70. 1, 2, 3. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Okay, guys, just whatever works for you. If you need to go down lower, even, to 60, do whatever works for you with a metronome. But I do recommend playing with a metronome, because once you get into that, just that basic strumming with the beat, then you can do some variations, okay? And I'm going to show you here in a second. Let's try 60. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Okay, that's pretty slow. But if you need to even go slower, let's do 70, and let me just see about the strumming, okay? Because you can do a simple strum. You're just. But I teach my students on that upstroke to just kind of kiss. You use your right hand as a paintbrush, So it's going to be pretty similar to just the. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that save a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now okay, so it's just kind of an 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Okay, so just experiment with that, guys, and just, you know, get that, just that one downstroke with the metronome, whatever speed you need it at. And then you can kind of fill in those spaces with those light brush strokes on the upstroke, you know, and just 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, as opposed to going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You got to come back up anyway, right? So you might as well hit those, right? 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? But you just kind of lightly kiss it, right? It's kind of just that treble, it's that accent. The downstrokes are where the beefy parts are. Boom, boom. Okay? All right, guys, if you want to learn it, and you can use different keys to play songs, okay? So in C, and I'm going to show you how to do the C7 if you want to. And again, you don't have to do, you know, on the G, amazing grace, how sweet. You don't have to go to that 7. You see, I stayed on that G, and it'll work. So if you don't want to do that 7th, that's fine. It just gives it that nice, I don't know, it just sounds so good. Amazing grace, amazing grace. Okay. But I'm going to show you the C and show you the 7th on that, just in case you want to do it, okay? So let's go through, tell you what, let's go through it without the 7th. Let's do the words, okay? So in C, you're looking at C, F, and I'm going to do an easy version of the F. Show you the chord diagram. This is what I show my students first. That's a full F, but we're just going to mute that first string or even play it open, okay? So C, F, G, okay? And then our minors, A minor, okay? So let's see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Okay, here's the C7. It's the C major, but if you add your pinky on the 3rd fret, 3rd string, it's a little hard not to mute. Okay, so that would be Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.